So Star Wars 7 came out this week and I was watching it like let's get started. What is going on, everybody? John Blade 101 here again, and I am back with another video. Yes, I have not uploaded for a couple weeks, guys, but don't worry, I am back now, and I'm going to be reviewing the new Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens. So the first thing I want to talk about with this movie is that how many callbacks it has to the original trilogy, and a little bit of a callback to the new trilogy, the horrific ones, but in fact, they still exist. I'm not going to go into all the Easter eggs because some of you hardcore Star Wars fans, if you haven't seen the movie already, I just want you to be pleasantly surprised by all of the callbacks here. I will kind of spoil one of them for you. I'm sure you've seen them in the trailers, but there's a scene where one of the main characters, Rey, this is her name. I'm not sure I'm spoiling much by saying her name, but she actually goes by a Star Destroyer in the first shot. I believe it was like in the second trailer they showed it, but that's one of the bigger callbacks to it. So I'm not sure if that's Darth Vader's original Star Destroyer or was it just a random one that fell on this planet. So anyways, the story kicks off pretty well, actually. It picks up with actually our two main characters, Rey and Finn, you know, the black guy that caused a bunch of controversy. Both of them are very good actors. I actually do not know the actors' names, but they do quite a good job. Their chemistry is really good. I really enjoyed it. And I like the how one thing that you will realize from when you're watching this from the new trilogy, because I did watch some of the new trilogy to try to compare some of the CGI. The CGI is actually really good in this movie, much better than it was in the new trilogy, and it's just it's not as intrusive as it was maybe on the old original trilogy when George Lucas went back over them to remaster them. He actually did add in CGI in the middle of the movie, and some of it was pretty intrusive and very kind of annoying. But in this movie, it feels a little bit more natural, and things in the background don't seem as fake and unrealistic as they did in the new trilogy. So I want to appreciate that this movie does do a great job within the CG department. The visuals are stunning. Anybody that this is like how Star Wars probably should have been, or I believe if like the original trilogy was made in this time, I bet the original trilogy would look so much like this is probably what the original trilogy should have been like looking like in our time. It's really fantastic. The visuals are great. It's just a a present to the eye, man. It's fantastic. The characters, all of the characters. I don't think I need to really need to be afraid to explore this, but yes, Han and Leia are back. The original actors, Harrison Ford, and I don't remember the Leia's actor, but yeah, they're back in full force. You can tell they've aged a little bit, but they still do a fantastic job. They still feel like they're original characters from the original trilogy, and their performances are just as believable now as they were then. So I'm happy I'm happy that everything hasn't changed too much in terms of their acting chops and abilities. So I know some other actors. The actor that actually plays the main villain, Kylo Ren. I'm not going to spoil his identity here, but Kylo Ren is his actor is fantastic. His villainous tone is a lot different from Darth Vader's. I know some people were thinking that maybe he would be Darth Vader-esque because there was a scene in the trailer when he was looking at like Darth Vader's old, like burned and decrepit looking like helmet. But don't worry, guys. Kylo Ren's actor is quite different from Darth Vader. He's very entertaining to watch. I'll just say that to Liz. He's just super entertaining to watch. He's a really cool character too. And one thing I think you'll all appreciate when you're watching this movie, especially if you're really interested in visuals, is that the Force is used in much of a more like to full force. Like there are times, I mean, this is a really awesome moment. Don't, warning spoilers, that Kylo Ren, somebody shoots a blaster at him and he catches that blast in midair and stops the guy and then just lets his arm down. He doesn't even have to hold his arm up to keep the guy in place. He can just walk around him and threaten him and all kinds of stuff like that. And the blaster shot's still like in midair. It's fantastic. That's like one of the immediate like wow moments of this movie. You'll notice a lot of that. A lot of things will just make you say, "Wow, that is really cool." Um, and a lot of things in this movie will make you do that. So, another thing I want to talk about is Luke Skywalker. Actually, I'm not going to spoil everything about it, but mainly the plot kind of centers around finding Luke Skywalker, as you'll find in the first couple minutes of watching this movie. But yeah, Luke Skywalker is a huge part of this film. I'm not going to spoil his role in the film, but he just let you guys know Luke Skywalker does have a pretty big purpose in the film and is a very driving force. So pretty much the story of this film pretty much goes from this new group, kind of like that rises up from the ashes of the Empire, the First Order, is now against the resistance now, which I thought the resistance would now be kind of like in the majority, or because why? I mean, like the resistance, they would. I would think that the first order would be more like rebellious ones, but more like the rebels, and the resistance, the part that's what Han and Leia are a part of. I thought they would probably be more like not necessarily the resistance, but something other than like seem like they're in the minority. But anyways, I digress. This it all centers around that dynamic between the First Order. Anyway, it's like this: the ashes of the Empire versus the Resistance, and our main hero. I mean, the main characters are Rey and Finn. They get caught up into it because Finn was actually a stormtrooper at once, and he didn't like all the war and stuff like that, so he kind of just tried to leave, and he all gets mixed up with the Resistance and the Resistance, sorry, in the First Order. He's all gets tangled up in it. So you will enjoy Finn's performance. He's a very interesting and funny character to watch, very endearing character, very relatable and likable character. And so is Rey. Both of them do a fantastic job in their roles. So to keep the kind of scores low, I'm going to have to cut this review off a little bit earlier, guys. I know that sometimes my reviews can be a little long, but I think that's pretty much all I have to say so much about this movie. But all in all, it has fantastic characters, a lot of wow moments. The visuals are stunning, and it just has an amazing villain, and everything just really just makes it feels like Star Wars. I can't really stress that enough. It feels like a fantastic Star Wars movie, and I can't wait for Star Wars Episode 8. So yeah, I can guess all in all, I'll give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. This was a great movie. I recommend you guys watch it immediately. Leave your home, go to your car, zoom to your nearest theater, and watch this movie. All right then, this is John Blade 101, everybody, and I bid y'all good day. Have a good one.